We're back. Rating climb. Bullet chess on Lichess. We're at 1650. We're going to try to get to 1700. Let's go. PYK 45. You know what? We never play a King's game. Mostly because a lot of, especially beginner players, are surprisingly adept at King's games, but just for the sake of mixing it up, let's try. I kind of was resistant to castle right away. I kind of had this idea maybe of, sorry, not castle, of going for the center. Maybe I should be kind of scared of this. I'm okay. We're gonna play a little aggressive. Ooh, interesting idea. I'm gonna start with knight takes pawn. Idea here being I can move the knight with check. And I guess what he's saying is that he doesn't care because he wants to go bishop takes pawn. But surely now there might be something. So now what if I do knight check? Then I can pick up the bishop at least. And now he has his pick of which one he wants. Alright. And then maybe queen here. King here. I'm definitely worse, obviously, but okay, now it's a question of how do you create some counterplay. He has bishop there. Oh! Is this even worth continuing? Because my position is absolutely falling apart. Let's just try. Let's just try for the sake of it. Oh my god. We need a swindle here. We need an absolute swindle. Okay. And there it is, swindled him. Yeah, he's over 2,000 in blitz. Not surprised. He had a very good understanding of the transition. Oop. Pop up there for my charger that I need to put in. Let's do that first before we do this game. All right. Let's find a new opponent then. Black Panther 007. Okay, Queen's game. Oh, a lot of Queen's Gambit. A lot of Queen's Gambit. People like to play this. Maybe it's just because of the Netflix show, but I don't know. I don't know. A lot of Queen's Gambits. I'll try to maybe keep this pin. Try to keep something. I guess white could just bump the bishop, trade, and then say, I want to castle queenside. I don't care if that was disruptive. So I want this square. This knight is defending that square. I am prepared to give up the bishop so that I can get the knight in. Attack the bishop, but also attack this pawn. And is there better here? Maybe actually knight takes pawn is better. And then check, and then fork. He could pin, so then maybe I go queen check first. And then pick this up. And then maybe I just castle. Oh, I can't castle. Okay, so let's come up with a counter threat of queen here. He wants to do that? Okay, then let's bump the bishop first. Then give a check. And then give another check. That's the queen. And oh, and mate. Too bad for Black Panther. Okay, NKBS 1997. All right, we're starting to creep into the 1700s. For this, we definitely, in 1+0, are going to have to keep on the jets. We can't take our time because, unfortunately, whether we're winning on the board or not. Okay, so pawn is dropped. This rook is not defended. We then just pull back, look to take advantage of this new weakness. So I'll probably just maybe try doubling on this open file. He does have this pawn move, but I think if bishop comes back, he actually just loses this pawn. And that sucks for him, I guess. I like this bishop move because at some point he may want to move the knight. I don't love that that is kind of a weakness. So then now we bring the knight in. Oh, yeah, I totally missed that. I could have just taken him, but I actually do like to keep the dark square bishop anyway. So I take this first. He could try to move the knight, but I don't think it works. Let's block. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Maybe let's start with a check, and then here, no back ranks, no tricky mates. He does have to be careful himself. He actually is going to have to retreat because he doesn't have any squares he doesn't have any squares of his own. Let's just keep it simple. The queen's going to take the back rank and deliver mate. Okay. Okay, we'll try to keep this momentum. FL LAN H 1684. Trade in the center. Keep developing. Bump his bishop. Keep attacking. Keep making threats. He's got to decide now. This queen is not. I don't think this piece is or this pawn is poison per se, but now I think it is, and it's definitely in the wrong direction. I did poison it by playing this, or poison it even more by playing this pawn move because there was no way for his queen to escape. But I think even before that, like, he technically could take it, but it wasn't like it was without some compromise, and that compromise was that it was putting his queen way out of play. So in exchange for that, I think I'll gladly take now this open file. He's got to be careful. More pieces may fall. That's an insufficient way to defend it. Although he does get this. Oh no, he doesn't, because my bishop's still covering. Wow. Brutal. Okay. Get the queen off of some funny business. He actually could play. Oh no, he can't. I was thinking maybe there's some funny business in the back rank. At least, worst case, I can cover up with the knight and not get back rank mated yet. Oh, this is the first one, the first non-mover of this bullet climb. I've been pretty fortunate so far. Okay, we'll claim victory on this one and move on to the next. Kashansp. Man, a lot of people's names are not easy to pronounce. Okay, so this, I have a feeling like, is going to be a player who's either very good or has developed a strategy. And that strategy is to take the game to an endgame. You often see that with the people who offer early queen trades with the idea of just taking you to an endgame and saying that they think that they can outplay you in the endgame. So this person's going to be somebody clearly well-versed in this. And my thinking was, start with bishop here. And that's the knight. You got to be careful. Then maybe just go bishop here to remove the defender of this pawn. Pawn forward was actually possible. Maybe king up. Knight block. Attacks the bishop. And I think at this point I just need... I could have also taken this knight. Yeah, his position's starting to fall apart. Maybe I should be looking for, is there a quicker way to mate? Maybe bishop here first so that I can actually... Oh, God. God damn it. Oh, but he walks right back into it. Oh, wow. That was lucky for me. I thought I was setting up a mate here, and I totally missed that my rook was being attacked. Brutal. Okay. David Tolal, 1683. All right, we got maybe a few more to go if we're going to get to 1700. Hopefully we can get to 1700. We're attacking the center. He's going for a pin that we will just exchange. It's a nice move. Threaten the bishop. I really want to get something in this. Maybe a knight, so I can threaten this square. And now my queen is going to come in here, and I'm wondering... Yeah, let's just do it. I think this is a reasonable sacrifice, because this bishop's line is very dangerous. Okay, so this is now the fork. He drops the queen, which is bad. Also, there was an idea of bishop takes pawn, which we were going to follow up on. Yeah, I don't think this maybe was sacrifice was totally warranting, but you know, there are a lot of ideas here. So this pawn can't really be pushed in some of those lines because you can just take it because it's pinned. I'm immediately threatening to just take the knight. If the pawn takes, maybe the rook takes, I'll double, bring the other rook in. These pieces are just all out of play. So I feel like there's a little bit of an unbalance there on the king side. So it was fun to see. And it's so hard to defend those types of things in bullet games. When your opponent makes a sacrifice, it can be hard. Okay, maybe I could even consider taking with the pawn in hindsight, but also trying to stay up on the clock. But it would have opened up the line for my rook to see his king, which would have also been pretty dangerous. Okay, maybe I'll just reroute to pin this pawn. Okay, the knight can come here, so maybe I want to start with bringing the rook to the center, since I am probably going to castle kingside. Now I do have a threat of actually taking this knight, which he misses, so I can at least pick up I'll put a pre-move on the queen. And he's going to have to find a way to create something. I don't see it. I think I leave the bishop on this diagonal, since it's pretty painful for him. Let's bring the knight in right away. Sort of force a trade. Not really, but I did think that he would do it. And now maybe just rook takes. Maybe check. And then the bishop. Maybe there was a way for him to lose one piece fewer, but it was going to be bad. You know what? Let's just go for mass trades. Whatever. And okay. 1695. Okay, Ralph Valentini. Maybe we won't play our usual c3 now. Maybe we'll just go immediately to the e3 line. A lot of times I'll do this where he'll offer a trade, and okay, maybe we'll try to trade bishops towards the center. I honestly could even be taking his bishop. I'm gonna go back to the pin. Maybe I should be even taking his bishop. And then the pawn comes out. Okay, now I'll take it because it wasn't being defended, but even before, I feel like I could have considered it at least. He can make my bishops a little foolish, but okay, so the knight comes in. This knight was doing a job. Yeah, but you can't just abandon the pin. Okay, that looks like it would get us to 1701. That brings us to the end of this video in the ladder climb. Next time we'll keep going, maybe 1750. Thanks for watching.